Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Go Home Show for Cutting Edge. This is more PBW vs AVW, the last full episode of 2021 before the pay-per-view on New Year's Eve. So, got a hell of a card here for you, starting with Daniel Chandler versus Chris Edwards. I have a good feeling about this match. I just do. Also, if I sound a bit like off today, I am a bit sleepy. Hi, follow. Not the cock and the balls.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from London, England, weighing in at 250 pounds, Daniel Chandler.
You're back because of school. Ah. Anyway, Daniel Chandler. I don't know why I said it with a French accent. He's not French, he's British. Daniel Chandler, former AVW heavyweight champion in the opening match. Which I personally think is a bit of an interesting spot for him, but hey, sneakers. You helped set up the card. So I'm only partially blaming this on you. Yeah, Daniel Chandler, always a fun one to watch. Bit of a scary bloke, but still, you know. Here comes, I don't know if the announcer has done his name. Sweet and sour dust sauce, Chris fucking Edwards.
And his opponent from Essex,
Oh yeah, no, she does it.
weighing in at 228 pounds, Chris Edwards.
Look, she can't hear me, and people know that this is all a work, but Jojo, I'm not paying you overtime, love. Do your fucking job. There you go, that fucking landed. I like to imagine that, like, she would just flip me off like Charlie does, because that's one of my favourite running gags in CWL commentary, is Alexandra asking Charlie about a certain thing, and Charlie replying by just flipping her the bird, excuse me. Didn't want to get the pronoun incorrect. But yeah, good start from Daniel with that suplex. I wish I had a voice like Charlie's, like, it's just such a nice voice. Welly pin, kick out. Daniel in control very early. You'll love to see it. Although I do... I will admit I'm not a big fan of the Batman gear, but I would take this over the cursed as hell emoji gear. Chris with a... Ooh, cheeky Nando's kick. With sweet and sour sauce on top. Good lariat from Chandler. I know that's a sauce gear, but the issue isn't that. The issue is I fucking hate it. Knock the ref over, which isn't going to do a lot in an Extreme Rules match. I mean, you can punch each other in the gooch with him actually watching you doing it. Anyway, Chris brings a kendo stick into play, does not get the chance to use it because it's just how Extreme Rules matches goes in 2K19. Pardon me. I had an amazing burp earlier. I would have given that burp earlier like an 8.9. The one I just had, not so high. Just a one. Good headbutt from Daniel. Good spine buster. I completely missed night one, and I missed the first like quarter of night two, but I watched the rest of it. It was so much fun. The fact that the ref was out in the exploding barbed wire match, like in the exploding ring match for 10 solid minutes, and Callie was actually murdered. It was so fun. Ah, yeah. Crowd brawling. My favourite thing. Oh, for the love of God. Chris, stop it. Thank you, Daniel. Get back in the fucking ring. Okay, not exactly, but, you know, managed to avoid a disaster. Happy with that. That was a good shot from the table, too. Right into the ring post. And Chris with the strut. You love to hate to see it. Good elbow. Good atomic drop. And power slam. That would be a lot of pickles you would have to use. Yeah, Edwards, 1, 2, just 2 after that move. I'm pretty sure that move has a name, I just don't know what it is. And if you too are playing the PBW vs AVW drinking game, that's 3 fingers of a drink. Of course, depending on the size of your fingers, that might be a very large or very small sip. 2 two. Just two. Of course, I'm not encouraging drinking or even being drunk. I've only been drunk once in my life and I fucking hated it, so no thank you. Actually, the drinking itself wasn't bad. The being drunk and the hangover, didn't like. 1, 2. Oh, goodness, I thought that was it. First managed to kick out of the 1888. That was a good elbow, but looked like Daniel caught the worst of that, weirdly. There we go, there's another one. I think he somehow botched his comeback sequence the first time he tried to do it. The Whitechapel drop. And the stomp. That might be enough, too. No. Always have that kernel of doubt when you see a very weak move finish a match. If that's the case, how has Connor put so many people over the code blade? Yuck, yuck. 2, 3. No! That's the second one he's been hit with, and Edwards is still going, bless his soul. What a big splash from the top. Good jawbreaker. Chris is going to the top. What's he going to attempt? Holy fuck! An eclipse from all the way up there. That might be the best thing I've ever seen Chris Edwards do. That looks so clean as well. Like, holy shit. That's one of the best spots in this, like, on this night, and this is the first match. 1, 2, Daniel kicks out. I always keep forgetting, keep moving the stick. 2, never works. Good hip toss. And the Source's moonsault. Oh! Wheel kick, and Daniel is gigging. Hold, okay. Salt and pepper. Puts away the seasoned vet. I'm on it with the puns. Still, I was not expecting that match to be that, like, fun. Still, goddamn. That eclipse from the top rope to the outside. Holy shit.
Here is your winner, Chris Edwards.
Has Chris ever done that spot in CWL? I don't think I've ever seen him do it. Still impressive, impressive match in the opener. Next up is some punk-ass bitch versus the 13. Flapjack Carter's he's awesome, and yeah, 13 is pretty cool too. Oh yeah, I forgot Mikey murdered you. That was fun. Wasn't that fun, children? Seeing all your favorite wrestlers get murdered.
Making his way to the ring from Yorktown Heights, New York, weighing in at 222 pounds, the Thug.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about this entrance with the Mustache Mountain theme music that just fits so well. It's a shame you can't hear the actual song, like at home, because I can hear it through my TV screen and it actually fits so good. But yeah, the 13 though, in his debut year, he qualified for the Catch the Crown match. He's done some pretty cool shit, all things considered so far. And also, the person who made him is probably very handsome, very evil, you know.
And his opponent, from Toledo, Ohio, weighing in at 218 pounds, Flapjack Carter.
Here comes Flapjack Carter, and now I just want a flapjack, they're tasty. But Flapjack Carter, if I remember right, former tag champ at some point. Always a reliable person to watch in a match. You're just gonna get some good shit from him. Also, like, I think the best spot... No, you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you. I think the best spot from Banff was definitely Rio Dorado and the top rope Rana straight to the outside on the exploding barbed wire table. That was just like... My mouth is still open, like wide open, thinking about it. Well, I should probably phrase that better. You done flapped the wrong jacks, exactly. Yeah, like, I think it definitely beats the Connor spot where he pile drived Cassidy Clark on some razor blades. Rider, like, watching, like, skimming over his old matches but keeping up with him was so cool. And I thought Benicio was going to go all the way. Right, Flapjack getting a lot of offense in early. And spring elbow. Honestly, I wish you were around for the last year's BAM tournament because I don't like to brag about it, but I think Connor had an amazing journey to the finale. He didn't win, but all of his matches were probably the banger fests of that tournament last year. And his match with Michael at the tournament on year one, so good. I mean, it's all on CWL anyway, I think. So it should be all on the YouTube channel, but I can't remember. Good stomp there from Flapjack. I do like how in every Evil Dead match he stabbed someone with a fork. I don't think there was a match where he didn't do that. Oh, full Nelson slamming the head into the turnbuckle. Are you sure you want to face Evil Dead? Because I don't think that's a good idea. Ankle lock. Good counter. Good DDT. You wanted him to die in a deathmatch tournament? Are you mad? Stunner from the 13. And Triskaidekaphobia. That buzz Slapjack open. 13 not going right for the pen. Again, going for the shoulder tackle. Flapjack has dodged that each time so far. Oh, the twisting cutter. 2. 13 kicks out. You can't beat a good double death. And Flapjack with the Phoenix Splash. Inverted Phoenix Splash. The Zeno up splash? 13 kicks out though. 2.5. And the sweep. Oh, went for that twist and cutter again, I think. The money rain. One, two, no. I thought that was it for a moment. And 13 getting a chair. Oh, right on the back of the skull. That's the true Owie moment. And Triskaidekaphobia once again. A lot of head trauma. Triskaidekaphobia, phobia. 2, no, what, how, why? Oh, looking for the money rain again, but Flapjack with the counter. And, oh, a Dragon Slayer. And 13 tapped. Submissions aren't viable. Exactly. Not even the ones in the Banff tournament? That was a fun match, though. I fully expected you to win.
Here is your winner, Flapjack Carter.
And yeah, the Rude Bomb does get reversed fairly frequently, but Flapjack, who wore the mask of Crimson, got the win. Despite eating a chair shot to the back of the head and then getting hit with triskaidekaphobia, he still kicked out at 2. That annoys me. Next, Moto Madison versus Valkyrie. I'll admit, like, so far for a go-home show, we're only 2 matches in, but I've really enjoyed it so far. The Bangarang. I'm trying to remember what the Bangarang is. I know it's, like, named after a Skrillex song, but I'm trying to remember what the actual move is. And it's not coming to mind at all.
Making her way to the ring, from Detroit, Michigan, the Motor Madison.
Here comes Moto Madison. Oh! I just looked it up myself to find out what the Bangarang was. That exact same video too. Yeah, it looks cool, but I don't know, it lacks a bit of oomph at the end. I don't see 13 having something like that. In fact, I'd prefer if you didn't have it. Head of English. Anyway, as I was saying, Moto Madison, first ever AVW Women's Champion.
From Helsinki, Finland, Wayne K. Ray.
And here comes Valkyrie, quite possibly a former champ. Who knows? Valkyrie's done pretty good stuff here so far. Gotten a lot of good wins. I'm just saying, it's feasible. She could beat Moto. Wouldn't be the first time. Would it be the first time? I don't know. Pardon me. Alright, so interestingly enough, the only person that Valkyrie so far hasn't beaten is Selena Adams. She's beaten every other opponent besides her. And almost beat Moto that quick. 2 count. Good. Famous are there. Oh, good clothesline from Moto, though. Hello, Moto. Oh, bugger, I forgot to share the Twitch link on my Twitter. Well, sodden heck. On both my Twitter accounts. Because I'm good at promoting myself. Oh no, not the rope fling of deadliness. The most vicious move in all of sports entertainment. Good kicks. Set up from Valkyrie. And the knee drop. I really like that move sequence in particular, but it always feels like a bit of a slog to watch. I think I used to have it on Connor. Oh! Baseball bat right to the noggin. God damn. And trying to maybe open a cut on Moto's poor head. Who can say? Good Hurricane there. And Moto, the one bike stand. Valkyrie with the knees. Good thing this isn't a UFC MMA contest, because if it were, those knees would be illegal and Valkyrie would be disqualified. But as it is, it's an Extreme Rules leaning wrestling brand, so she can do that as much as she likes. Speaking of the knees on the ground rule, I forget if UFC mended the thing about it, so I understand not kneeing an opponent while both their knees are on the floor, right? Or while one knee is on the floor. That I understand. But are they still allowed to do it if an opponent has, their hand on the floor and not their knees? Oh, Moto with the bunny hop. Valkyrie close kick out. But yeah, I'm asking because, that was always such a fucking dumb rule. The knees on the ground, I totally understand, but if you're just in a position where they're not anywhere near the floor and you put your hand down and they can't knee you, that's dumb. I'll have to check if they mended that. Good camel clutch from Valkyrie. Okay, that didn't really clear it up. I tried looking, but couldn't find anything. Good DDT from Valkyrie. Was looking for straight out of Valhalla, but Moto with the counter. Although dropped right on the apron. And a kick. And a kick. And the neck breaker. Neck breaker. We're straight out of Valhalla. I think that's what the move is. I really need to brush up on my knowledge of those. To the corner she goes. You can't from Moto. Good neck breaker. A lot of neck breakers in this match. You love to see it. And to Valhalla. Valkyrie with the win. Or to whatever the Viking equivalent of hell is. Still, yeah. Valkyrie remains mostly undefeated except for the one match she lost. Pretty solid back and forth though.
Here is your winner, Wayne K. Ray.
Valkyrie with the win, with the dub, you love to see it. Also off topic, I really like her gear. I don't know why, I just like the design. Next up, we have, what is it? Ah yes, the tag team #1 contender eliminator. And basically Gifts of the Gods in it. And the Peak are 2-0 so far. If they win this one, they'll be the contenders. If Silver Bullets beat them, they'll be the contenders. That's how these matches work. And side note, I only know it's called Gift of the Gods because I did something similar all the way back in Season 1. And someone told me it was called Gift of the Gods. I didn't know that was a full thing. And I didn't know anything about Lucha Underground at the time, so when I found out it was related to that, I was like, oh. Thanks to Steve for teaching me that, because he's the resident, like, Lucha Underground head in CWL, so I do thank him for teaching me that.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 350 pounds, Nathan and Cody, the Public Enemy.
I would listen to the podcast, but I think I'd have to pay money for it, and I don't want to fucking do that. I just don't. Actually, no, oh fuck, I remember, I need to, like, I can't... Oh, it's on Spotify, what's it called? Might listen to that later. I forget what it's called. Return to the Temple. I will admit, not a big podcast guy, but I would love to hear their opinions on it. Anyway, the Peak. Nathan and Cody, former AVW Tag Champs, lost the titles at Capture the Crown, are looking to get them back if they're able to win tonight.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 400 pounds, Ryan Silva, and AK-47 TJ Black, the Street Profits.
Here come the Silver Bullets, also former AVW tag champs. And let's not forget Ryan Silver, former Chaos champion, TJ, former heavyweight champion. Better than AVW, of course. And TJ, very decorated. I think he's a former Bloodsport champion, a former... No, just Bloodsport. Although 3 titles, nothing to sneeze at. Hello, Nautilus. Welcome. Nathan's starting strong with that dropkick on Ryan. It's going pretty well. I'm a little bit tired, but this has been a really fun stream so far. How are you? Good stomps there from Ryan. DDT from Nathan. Who are? Oh, you were lurking. I hope you were enjoying what you were lurking around, because I'm a fellow lurker on Twitch, so I understand the feel. I just now realised 3 of these wrestlers are wearing green gear. I didn't put that together until now. It's good that you're doing good, though. Good guillotine leg drop from Nathan. Well, thank you. I always appreciate kind words. Because, you know, positive reinforcement is always a good thing. Good double super kick from the Silver Bullets. Nathan, oh, that was a really good hot tag. Brings in Cody. By knee. And another drop kick. Just a 1 count. Gonna take a lot more than that to put down former AVW heavyweight champ. Good turnaround into the didita. TJ with the stomps and the kicks. I really should change TJ's outfit to something less colourful. But I just love the pink hoodie he has for the entrance gear too much. Because this is a reference to Little Mac. From the Punch-Out games. And I still love the fact that I gave him that attire considering he was the AVW heavyweight champion going into my biggest show of the calendar year. He was in the main event wearing the underdog. Wearing the gear of like the ultimate video game underdog in Little Mac. Because he's such a dick that he would actually do that, TJ. I don't want to change it, I think it's just too funny. Oh, what a drop kick from TJ. The shining wisdom from Cody. Cody, what are you doing? going for a good tornado DDT, although I don't know why he... I know why he had to do it, but... I really hope they introduce an option in the next game where you can, like, if you've got someone in the corner in a tag match, in your corner, it can give you the option of, like, to tag someone in or not do it. You know? I also really want Creative Finisher to return. DJ tags Ryan back in. And Ryan looking to work over the arm again, stomping on the phalanges. I would use it if they had more creative possibility. Good hot tag to Nathan. Like, I would love to see if they could let you mix in submission stuff, like springboard finishes, top rope stuff. Because, like, they gave you customizable, like, top rope moves in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. But, like, besides that and just regular, like, facing front moves, that was about it. Good running knee from Nathan. So I would love to see them improve upon that, if they can, for the next game. If it returns at all. I would love, like, a submission-based option. I would love, like, more bodyweight options as well, like... You know, say you want to go for a leg lock and it'll give you the option to maybe, I don't know, turn around and go for a twister or, like, throwing an armbar as well. Like, imagine a Fujiwara armbar combined with, like, a Captain's Hook submission. Full clip from the Silver Bullets. Cody right there to break it up. Yeah, I know, I can't believe it's about to be January. And I guarantee you we'll still be in the same shithole that we're in. If COVID persists, and I think it might. I hope it doesn't. Oh, pyramid scheme! Nathan able to escape. And Shiranui from Nathan. TJ tags in Ryan. Really good hot tags in this match. Good clothesline. And another one. And a third. Oh, this match is bang so far, dude. Tornado DDT. A couple of clotheslines from Ryan. And the thrust kick to end it. I mean, there was no point going for that pin, was there, Ryan? You've only got yourself to blame. Good super kick there. And stomping on the fingers. And the Silver Bullets looking for maybe another full clip. There it is. Oh, Nathan is busted open. Nathan. They're not Irish. Cody right there to break up the pin. Oh, that blood is pouring heavy though. Like, Nathan is hardcore gigging right now. And TJ, no doubt opening that cut, maybe adding a few more with those knees. I was thinking of the blackout probably, but Nathan with the counter. Good counter from Nathan with the lariat. And good draw kick to the side of the head. And new heights. No! Nathan got involved, but TJ kicked out. Considering how much TJ's gone through as well. Yeah, this match is awesome. This match rules. And Cody, probably the freshest man in this whole match. Oh, the toe touch shooting star. Two. TJ kicks out again. I love that version of the shooting star so much. Like, it looks super risky, but it looks so fucking cool if you're able to do that. Then again, you know, I'm a big fan of, like, stupid risky moves like Big Ace Spear through the rope. Like, it looks risky, but it also looks badass as hell. Roll through with the power bomb from Tej. Good shot from Cody. Sunset flip to the outside. Cody, what are you doing? Oh, the inverted Phoenix splash. Taking a breather, though. I mean, he has exerted a lot of energy, so don't blame him. And the Peak looking for new heights again. Indeed they are. Cody not wasting any time. And Ryan kicks out. Cody immediately went for TJ to ward him off, but no, Ryan still kicked out. Nathan is losing blood very fast. Shooting star headbutt was probably a bad idea. Also, Cody, are you okay? I mean, the ref's not counting him out because of extreme rules. So Cody can keep walking into TJ as much as he wants, but still. Okay, there we go. Keep up from Ryan. Look for a camel clutch. Nothing fancy about it. And Nathan able to escape. Sling blade. And it's possible the Peak might be looking for new heights another time. The third, possibly the final. Okay, what the hell? How did Ryan kick out again? Like, Nathan walks away, TJ barely stepped in, and Ryan still kicked it. This is pushing Dave Meltzer, Spotfest, 5.75 star tag match bullshit, this. Oh, good catch of the kick from Cody. Ryan able to bring in TJ. Two big boots to Cody, and a kitchen sink. The pyramid scheme. But Cody got out. But don't have road break on because it's Extreme Rules. Full away DDT. At least I hope I remember to make it Extreme Rules because I've made that mistake before. Then again, Cody was outside earlier for a brief period and the ref didn't count, so yeah, it's Extreme Rules. The corner goes TJ. Good evasion there, although it's the kick. And the Shining Wizard, one more time. And the Peak 3-0 will be challenging to get their titles back at Cutting Edge. What a match! Bit on the silly side at points, but still amazing. See, like, notice how there wasn't a single kick out of the full clip. Each one of those is broken up. New heights, 3 kickouts.
Here are your winners, Nathan and Cody, the Public Enemy.
My internet has cut out so many times during streaming, so I can't even laugh at that. Still the Peak with another win. Nathan is gigging. Next up, 2 of the women who will be challenging for the AVW Women's Championship at Cutting Edge in a triple threat. The 2 contenders, Sarah Price and Jessica Scarberry. Let's not forget Sarah Price, former Limitless champion, so she's tasted gold before, and Jessica Scarberry won the Women's War of Attrition at War of Attrition 3, so yeah. I have hopes, high hopes. I got high hopes for a living. I got high hopes for some chicken. I wanted to eat it, but it wasn't in the kitchen.
Making her way to the ring from Helsinki, Finland, Price Sarah.
Hang on, let me find the actual version of that meme. Gotta have high hopes in the kitchen. Do not understand why I can't have the chicken. There we go. You come in for your crap memes. Anyway, good that your internet's back. Sarah Price, former Limitless champion. I almost said former Selena Adams for some reason. Like, no, she's not the former Selena Adams. She's never been Selena Adams. But she's a former Limitless champion, which is something Selena Adams has never held because she's too busy holding the big women's titles.
And her opponent, from Salem, Oregon, Jessica Carberry.
Here comes Jessica Scarberry, the woman who beat Caroline Hale last week, I want to say, to be added into the triple threat at Cutting Edge. And former AVW Women's Champion? No. Won the War of Attrition in Year 3. Challenged for the AVW Women's Championship but didn't win it. So yeah, Scarberry not one to be trifled with. Or even Victoria Sponge caked with. Second to last match of the AVW half. And yawn. I always have a weird tendency to make my yawning sound like songs that don't exist. And I'm just thinking to myself now, surely there has to be a genre of music somewhere, just yawncore. Actually, no, that does exist. There's a band called Bring Me the Horizon. They make me fall asleep every time I listen to them. I'm sure Dobby's not watching the stream, but I know he'd be mad at me because he's a big Bring Me the Horizon fan, and it's not my fault they look such bad music. Anyway. Surprise with a good counter. Good backbreaker. And there's no really question of momentum because both of these women will be challenging for the title against Caroline Hale Cutting Edge, but you know, it's still something worth bringing up. Good kick from Scarberry. Scarberry! Good counter from Sarah. Sling blade. Very high angle on that considering how small Sarah is. She needs to jump higher to do the bigger moves. Because she's tiny. Well, Sarah went for something on the outside. Go counter from Jessica. The autograph. And that might be enough. Yeah, it wasn't. Also, that was a weak-ass burp. Good Michinoku driver there. Sarah kicks out. I have a feeling that this match, it was a very weak and pathetic one, so don't tally up a score for it, please. I did a fart slightly before it, that was a lot better than the burp I just did. Obviously you probably couldn't hear the fart because I don't have the microphone pressed to my arsehole, which is probably for the best. You know, it's called a headset because it goes on your head, not around your bum. And that is my message to all those thirst trap Twitch streamers, because I know there's people that do that shit. You're disgusting. Sarah with the comeback. Rolls through. You're disgusting, says the guy who farted then burped. Yeah, you're the gross ones. Anyway. Sarah with the Sarah del Sol. I was making the point earlier. Oh yeah, I have a feeling that it'll look almost like a squash match because Scarberry being large and Sarah being small. And Sarah with the fairy tale ending. I refuse to call it the happy ending because that sounds so weird. Jessica ends. Jessica kicks out. Yeah, I saw their matches list, and I'm glad that Bad Bunny's match at Mania was at number 10. But I still thought to myself, why the fuck is Bad Bunny even on there? At least they had Dragunov versus Volta on there, which made me happy. Yeah, the only NXT match on that entire fucking list, by the way. 1, 2, kick out. They had 2. What was the other one? Good knee. And... yeah, no one counts that one. That's from, like, the modern equivalent of NXT. That's not the NXT I sort of know. Also, Sarah, you might want to look both hands around the front of Jessica's face if you're going to go for the submission. Just a helpful hint. I know you're small, but still. And the fairy tale ending again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Sarah was actually able to win. I was not expecting that. Not really a lot to say about this match. It was alright.
Here is your winner, Price Sarah.
Probably my least favorite match so far of the night, but yeah, still had good moments. I guess we needed a match like this after how mad the tag match was, so makes sense. Did they put the men's Money in the Bank match on there, on that list? I think they might have, but I don't know. Anyway, main event, a clock of AVW. They didn't? So the Bad Bunny match from Mania is on there, but the Money in the Bank match for the men this year is not. That match was fucking great. I'm just mad now. I'm just really mad. Anyway, a main event of the AVW portion between current heavyweight champion Aldo Shaw and ABAC. Who I think I still have the generic entrance for.
Making his way to the ring from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 209 pounds, the ultra-violent heavyweight champion, Aldo Shaw, champion.
And here's Aldo Shaw, champion! With Not cardboard, it's actual leather and metal. I couldn't afford the cardboard title, ironically enough. That's the actual belt, and Aldo will hold it, and he will continue to hold it after cutting edge.
From London, England, weighing in at 220 pounds, the player E-Bad.
Yeah, I can't remember what E-Bac's entrance is, though. I think the only thing I've done for him is give him his finishes and signatures, if I've even done that. I'll have a quick check after the entrance is over. Because I did change... fuck. Zistro's. I changed Zistro's entrance because you told me what it actually was. Yeah. I'd rather just, like, do Ray's entrance, I think. I'll like, do them side by side. Ray's, then Tyson's, and then pick which one I think is better. Because I'm not going to do, like, go overboard with a custom thing or anything. I'm going to check really quick that I did give him the actual moves, though. Yes, okay, good. I think the moves came with it anyway, it's just that the, like the entrance and shit was generic as hell. And he was even bald, like he was. So I had to give him, like, his hair and beard. That was a weird-ass rolling kick. Gut wrench. Powerbomb from the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. I know Haley's not watching this stream, but I wish she were, because every time I bring up Aldo Shaw while I'm doing commentary, I'm going to say that current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw, and I really hope it pisses her off. Anyway, Aldo, E-Back looking for a weapon to use on the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. Isn't able to get one. The current Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. Dropping E-Back face first on the steps. Oh, the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw with the vicious kick to the side. And E-Back with a good bulldog to the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. And a stomp to the arm of the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. I'm having way too much fun saying it. Like, I know Haley's not watching this. Oh, I absolutely should. I should have done that at the start. I'll do that for the pay-per-view, though, when Aldo takes on... whoever he's fighting. I forgot who he's fighting for that. Ryan Quinn, I think? So, like, as soon as that match comes around for the main event for this weekend, this Friday, I'll say, the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw versus Ryan Quinn is your main event of the evening. And I'll keep using this as the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw gets a chair and hits E-Back with it. And the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw with a good elbow. And the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw with a delayed elbow drop. Good God. You earned your dues in CWL, as far as I'm concerned. And honestly, you're so fun to like talk to and book with as well. And hopefully, on the off chance that I do return to CWL at some point, I would love to do some shit with you and Connor, with 13 and Connor. I think that'd be really cool. Oh no, the Aussie Nectar from the current AVW Heavyweight Champion, I'm sure. Knee back, relaxed, composed, managed to escape. Oh, the E back slam to the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. 1, 2. The current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw kicked out. Oh no, the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw looking to take this match out into the crowd. Although Ebak fires back with some rights on the jaw of the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. What do you mean Daniel Bryan this shit? Like, make that a triple threat as well? Oh, good belly to belly from me back there. I don't know, because like the AVW Women's and the Nvidia driver to the current AVW Heavyweight Champion Aldo Shaw. 1, 2, 3. Well, to answer your question, I wasn't sure at first, because the AVW Women's Championship match is going to be a triple threat. And I don't know if I want 2 back-to-back, because that women's match, the women's title match, excuse me, that would be the co-main event, and Aldo versus Ryan would be the main event. But now that that's happened, we'll sort that out when the pay-per-view comes around, right? We're not going to talk about it now, because I don't want to spoil anything that I've got going on in my head.
Here is your winner, the player, E-Back.
Anyway, E-Back was not E-Fronten. You're welcome, you're welcome. And he gets the win over the current AVW Heavyweight Champion, Aldo Shaw. I was having way too much fun saying that over and over again. Anyway, 5-minute break while it's out the PBW card. Thank you for watching so far. I'll see you in a bit.